Peace, y'all. That's good. Peace, love, prosperity to you. So this video is about the art of discipline. The art of discipline is recording a video at 2 a.m. because you're past your due date. Yeah, that's me right now. It's currently about 2 a.m. This video should have been recorded a few days ago, but I'm not finna punish myself about it. I said I'd get it done today. This is the time that I'm getting it done. So welcome. My name is Antoine Abijah. I am the host of the Love Yourself King show and the main character. So yeah, let's get into it. So, discipline. Discipline. Excuse me, you're probably thinking, how's a dude like me recording at 2 a.m. Gonna talk about discipline. Well, I'm just gonna talk about the relationship I've had with this word and how I've healed from it, or I'm healing from it. Because growing up, I know I'm probably not the only one, but growing up, the word discipline in my mind meant punishment. So I'm going to break down the two differences between the words right now. Discipline is the highest form. Hold on. Rewind. I know there are other people out there who can relate, but in my mind, growing up, discipline meant punishment. And by definition, discipline is the act of training one to obey rules or a code of conduct. And then punishment is the infliction of a penalty as a retribution for an offense or a penalty given for a misconduct. So they're not the same thing. But I was taught that, I had to be disciplined by being punished. Kind of weird, confusing in the mind of a child, yeah. But I'm an adult now, being a man about it, and it's late. But I'm an adult. Wow. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, I'm an adult now, so I gotta take it upon myself to teach myself what's right from wrong, at least in the sense of building upon the foundation that was laid by my parents and the adults in my life when I was a child, because they work with the best that they got, right? So again, goes back to the accountability. I cannot blame them, and I don't blame them for doing what they saw fit. I hold myself accountable for the actions that I take now as an adult, and I'm responsible to improve upon my situation, not them. They gave me all the tools that I needed and could ever want to deal with this life, so now it's up to me to make something out of it. So yeah. Discipline was always just a punishment though, growing up. It was either licks or holding the phone book over my head. Like, that was the discipline that I remember the most. Like, half the time I'm getting in trouble, I don't remember what I'm getting in trouble for. So I'm not being trained to act in a certain way. I'm just being punished for acting in a way that was a misconduct, right? Which is fair. But now as an adult, and being a childcare provider and having younger siblings and even younger family members like cousins, nieces, and nephews, being kind of that bridge from parent to child. I'm not kind of that missing link because I still remember what it's like to be a child, trust me. But I'm old enough to be a parent, but I just don't have that, I guess, relationship, authority over a child to say, hey, right? So being that uncle figure, I'll say, big unk. Yeah, you heard it, big unk. It's a little different because I'm not so close. I'm not so close to the point where I can't see myself within this child. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's more of a guiding approach that I take. It's more of a show by example. Don't talk too much, even though I can. Don't talk too much. Show by example, and then let them seek the knowledge. But as a parent, it's like I need to tell you everything to do. That you need to do this. It can be overwhelming sometimes because again, as a parent, you're the one that's responsible and accountable for this child. Right? You're the one that's held accountable. You're the one that has to take responsibility for your creation. So it's like, okay. It gets like that sometimes. I'm sure I'll have my times when I'm a parent that I may be a little overbearing, but this is the practice that I'm doing right now. So it's like, okay, let me further build on the foundation that was given to me. So even in that sense, all that to say, like, even right now, the adult me isn't gonna beat up or punish myself for filming this video at 2 a.m. because of my lack of discipline. I'm being disciplined in the act of doing the things that I said I was gonna do, because I'm here now, filming, doing what I gotta do. It's late, yes, and that is a result of a lack of discipline, aka time management. But I'm not gonna even make any excuses, so no buts. So yeah, so it's like I'm not gonna punish myself. What I used to do back in the days, I would not eat, or I would just mentally beat up myself when I was acting the way that I didn't want to necessarily act, right? Or when I was coming to results that I didn't want. I would do things like that because discipline to me was punishment. So now I'm not going to do that because my punishment or my consequence for this action, because I do believe, and I know, I don't even believe, I know, I'm a science guy too. I forget the saying or whose saying it was, but they say all actions have an equal or greater reaction, right? Scientifically proven. I'm not too sure exactly who, don't care at this point in time. But it's pretty much saying everything that we do has a consequence, good or bad. Equally good or bad in the decision that we make. I'm up till 2. I have to be up in the next 5 hours. Do I need to sit here and beat myself up over or punish myself over filming this video late? Or can I celebrate that I'm actually getting this video done for y'all, for me and for y'all, for it to be out there? Which one? Which one seems more productive to you? Punishing myself and mentally draining myself and saying, oh, you're and putting myself down because it's 2 a.m. Or just saying, you know what, good job, you got it done. Yeah, I was late, but you got it done. I'm disciplined. I'm doing it. I'm here. So I'm not going to punish myself. I'm healing from that attachment to the word, or that experience to the word. I'm healing. And I hope you heal too, because I know there's a lot more out there that have this concept of discipline being punishment. They're not the same thing. They're two different things. A punishment can be used in the training process of someone, but it's not the process. It is not the complete process. It is a very small aspect of the process, because being disciplined is encouraging someone. Hey, you know you can do this. Go get it. Go after it. Being disciplined is having compassion. Being disciplined is being flexible. Being able to say, you know what? I'm going to get everything done no matter how much time it takes. Da 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 da. Simple. You're following the rules. You're obeying rules that you set for yourself. You're training yourself to act in a code of conduct. That is a discipline. So, there's no need for punishment all the time. Yeah, if it's a repeat offender, and it's especially a child, you can find ways to punish them productively, so that way they break the bad habit. Because if their bad habits are being rewarded, like say a child is throwing a temper tantrum, we call them upstairs tantrums here, where they're doing it to get what they want, because that's where they're thinking, if I cry, whine, kick and shout, mommy and daddy are just going to give me what I want because they don't want to hear it. We don't condone that around here. Right? So if we keep rewarding that upstairs tantrum, they're going to keep acting in that way. And it's going to be detrimental to them when they get in the real world. So as a child, yes, you have to punish them or show them that their actions have consequences. You have to present that consequence to them and say, yeah, I'm upset because I told you no, and you decided to have this temper tantrum to try and get what you want. You're not getting what you want. I'm going to sit here and be upset, and you can be upset too. Because now we're both in an uncomfortable situation, and we have to learn to deal with it. So I'm going to show this child how to deal with these emotions of being upset. That way when they get upset, they can do a better job. So that's a productive punishment. It's gonna suck, trust me. Ain't nothing harder than to say no to a child. Especially a child that you love and you want to give them the world. Nothing harder. But it's like, they have to learn. So this is how I'm teaching my inner child that, hey, I have to learn to deal with these things. Like when I get upset, I don't have to punish myself. I don't have to. I can teach myself other ways. I can train myself other ways to be productive. But everything that I do will have a consequence, whether good or bad. Something will come out of it. So, in my studies of discipline, I came across Miyamoto Musashi, one of the greatest samurais, if not the greatest samurai to ever live. He's like the Roronoa Zoro of real life. And I'm a big samurai head, I'd say. Like, that's kind of one of the martial arts that really I've been attracted to for a long time. So it was neat to find out that this samurai was, in his later years, turned into a philosopher, and he wrote a book called the Dicussed of like 21 or something philosophies about discipline, right? I'm just going to go over 4. Yeah, just to keep it short and sweet and get the message across. So the first thing is find your true purpose in life, real passion in life, something that is your reason for being. They call this the ikigai in Japanese, right? And for me to do that, I had to do a lot of healing. I had to heal myself, forgive myself, that inner child, this adult version of myself. I had to go through the process of stripping myself and finding that purest form of myself, and I'm still to this day working on it. Still to this day working on it. I'm a lot better than I was when I first started this journey consciously and saying, yeah, I'm going to sit down and take the time to deal with myself. A lot better, and the vision is a lot clearer now, but that is the number one step to finding this ikigai, is you have to know yourself and really be true to you, because it's your true purpose. It's not just a purpose, it's your true purpose. That is one way you can help yourself be disciplined. Another one is to avoid short-term pleasures. The instant gratification, the Twitter, the Instagram, the smoking, the drinking, all these instant pleasures, these short-term pleasures, cut them out as much as possible. Cut them out. They're only going to distract you from what your true purpose is, from dealing with yourself. They're only going to distract you from the things that you know you want to do and you have to do. Because the things that you want to do and you have to do are going to take time. They're going to take time before you see them come to fruition. So cut out the short-term pleasures and focus in on what you really want, what you really need to do. Simple as that. Another one is do not regret anything or chase love or lust. So I'm going to start with that first part. Do not regret anything. That's easier said than done, 100%. Easier said than done. But the way I took it is, every experience that we go through, we can learn from. I'm going to say it again. Every experience we go through, we can learn from. Every experience we go through, we can learn from. So those hardships, those heartbreaks, those dark times, we can learn from those. We can learn and grow from those expeditiously. But you have to hold yourself accountable and find out how you got into these positions. That's the only way you're not going to regret anything. Yeah, something bad may have happened. You might have had a breakup. You might have made a wrong decision. Whatever led you down this path, and you had to deal with those consequences. You don't have to hold on to those things so tight. You can let them go as long as you learn from them and you grow. So do not regret anything. And do not chase love or lust. Lust, self-explanatory. Short-term pleasure. Stay away from it. The sooner, the better. The sooner you learn to stay away from lust, the better. Plain and simple. Now, chasing love, easier said than done. Everyone wants to be loved. We all want love. But you got to start here first. Love yourself first. The more you love yourself, the more you accept yourself, the more you do for yourself, the more you become that person that you want to be with yourself, because you're going to be with this person. You're going to be with yourself, and you have been with yourself your whole life. You better love them. You better love that person. That person you see in the mirror, you better love that person. And the more you love that person, truly, the more you'll attract true love into your life. Plain and simple. You don't need to chase it. It will come to you. So yeah, do not chase love or lust. And lastly, accept life as it happens. Meaning, if you gotta film a video at 2 a.m. so you could keep at least a decent timeline for your video output goals, accept it. Accept it. Accept that you're gonna lose sleep. Accept that it's gonna be a late night. Accept that you don't have to punish yourself about it. Accept life as it happens, because we don't live in a fantasy. The reality is the reality. If it sucks right now, it sucks. We gotta deal with it. Hold yourself accountable. Take the responsibility to learn and grow from it. Plain and simple. Them short-term pleasures, throw them out the door. Garbage. Because all they're going to do is distract you from your true purpose. And if you want to be disciplined, find your true purpose. Find that purpose, stick to it, plant that seed, watch that tree grow, and it'll branch off into many, many things in life. So yeah. Discipline is no longer punishment in my mind. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. It's the highest and best way you can honor yourself is being disciplined. Hold yourself to a righteous code of conduct. Because honestly, discipline can go one or two ways. You can be disciplined in eating the junk food. You can be disciplined in having the bad behaviors. You can be disciplined in all that negative stuff, which is easy to do. Or you can be disciplined in the righteousness, in the good living, eating clean, healing. That's a hard thing to do. Sitting down and actually dealing with yourself, it's a very hard thing to do. Working out, finding your true purpose. So, you choose whether you want to be good discipline or the other discipline. I prefer you be a good disciplined king, because we need more of you like that in the world. So yeah, I'm gonna try and go get me some Z's. Till next time, you know what to do. Love yourself, king. Peace.